Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Between right now and tonight, these characters are going to get roasted. And I mean extra crispy roasted. Now, today, there was a ton of people. Most of them didn't really do too much of anything to add to the story. So if I forget them, sorry. But I think I should probably be able to remember most of them. We're going to start off Spencer. Spencer said something really interesting today. He was talking about his father, and he was like, every day, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, and every time I sit there and think of him, every day my opinion of him gets lower. And I chuckled, because, you've been seeing Nicholas just. And then I realized that that's exactly how I feel about Spencer. Don't get me wrong, he has his good moments. They're very far in between, but he has his good moments. The problem with those good moments is they're very fleeting, and you're just left with an entitled jackass, right? So Joss and Dex are talking, and they're catching up and everything. And this is after Spencer, meets Trina's granddad and her uncle and everything. Um, they're walking around or whatever, and they walk up into Joss and Dex. Spencer acts like a dick to Dex. And he's also acting pretty rude to Joss. At this point, you've been watching my channel for a while. You know how I feel about Joss. And to be honest, I was 100% on Joss' side. I get that, Cam and Spencer, besides them being family, they have a really good bond and they're really good friends. But you also grew up with Joss. Y'all known each other since y'all were kids. The level of disrespect that he comes at her, and I cannot believe I'm sitting there saying this, it's so wrong. Oh, I seen you moved on pretty fast or whatever, now that you're not dating Cam. And it was like, listen, for better or worse, now that he knows the truth, and he knows that Josh has a trash side to her, she can technically date whoever she wants. The fact that he's getting all hot and bothered by it, and I don't remember if it was I think it might have been Josh that said this, but Josh was like, oh yeah, why are you so bothered by me and Cam's breakup? Like you acting like she did that to you or something. Treated you like a toilet seat. But she didn't. And, he goes more in on Dex and Dex is just sitting there looking at him like, yo, what's your problem? And I'm just gonna pause it because Spencer got on my nerves today. I mean, he actually came out of his mouth and he pretty much said that he was going to tattletale on Dex. I'm going to tell my Uncle Sonny that you are being intrusive and rude or something. And I'm just like, did all the male testosterone just sucked out of you or something? Did this man really just say that he was going to tattletale to his uncle about one of his employees? Listen, I don't come on here and act like I'm the most macho man or whatever, you know? But, bro, right now you're really giving a lot of, pardon my French, small dick energy. Like, are you kidding me? You really were just gonna sit there and tattle him? Like, what are you, 7? And I'm pretty sure Josh said the same thing. So they're going back and forth. Sonny comes in. Sonny's like, what's going on? And, Josh is like, your nephew is an entitled ass. And I sat there like, I 100% agree with that. She walks off. Spencer walks off. I think he says something, he walks off. Trina, for some odd reason, was like, oh, I appreciate what you're doing, but my father could sit there and handle security or whatever. I was just like, okay, that literally came out of nowhere. You can go too. I don't know what that was about. I mean, I'm pretty sure she was more mad at Spencer. And she did sit there and try to get him to back down a couple of times. Now she's regretting even inviting him to the wedding. So she leaves. And Sonny just looked at the situation. He's like, yo, listen, I get it that Spencer tried to goat you. You need to take the bait. They talk about their pikeman deal that's going to be going in 2 weeks. And eventually Dex comes to Michael and talks about it. Now, long story short, Willow wants to get married to Michael. They're going to set a date for 2 weeks. And, this whole bikeman deal is going on in 2 weeks. So I'm sitting there looking at Michael like, so let's get this straight. Are you going to sit there and marry your blushing and very... Because I'm trying to be delicate, okay? I really am. Your wife that is, you know, going to be passing away soon. You're gonna actually put that more of a priority than taking out Sonny, right? I mean, your grudge can't be that bad, right? I mean, this dude killed your dad, and you forgave him, but okay, I guess time will tell. Jordan and Porsha. First of all, Porsha's trash. Okay, let's be honest. But here's the thing. Because I've read the comments, and a lot of people sitting there saying that Jordan needs to mind her business, and Jordan was sitting there saying I'm a detective and stuff doesn't add up right. Here's the thing, Jordan. Just to make a long story short, this chick had about 18, 19 years to do the right thing. Do you really feel like you coming in there trying to guilt trip her at the last possible minute is going to make her change her mind? No? Okay, so what are we doing here? Because that's literally what I saw. Forget 5 to 6 minutes, her snitch is simple. You gotta do the right thing. You gotta sit there and tell him now. If you tell him afterwards or he finds out, you can lose him and da 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 da. Meanwhile, she's pretty much Portia's acting like Brazil at this point. Bridezilla at this point. Right? Leave me alone, da 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 da, go away, it's none of your business, you just want it for yourself, blah 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 blah. She finds out Stella, oh, Stella's gonna sit there and keep her mouth shut. She's not gonna say anything. Everything's gonna work out. So eventually, Jordan leaves and Curtis talks to Porsha. And then after that, Porsha starts doing her little boo-hoo tears and, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, nah, bro. Nah, ain't no. There's not one person that should feel sorry for you for what you did. Okay, you lied for a good 19 something years to both men that seems like they're smart on a good day, but for some odd reason, was just like, yeah, I believe her. She's my daughter. Yeah, I believe her. That can't be my daughter. She's right. She told me, and I clearly believe her because it's not like she never lied to me before or anything. So yeah. I trust you, and I'm gonna marry you. And throughout this whole wedding, sat there and said to myself, super happy, and he's about to sit there and marry this woman. He has no idea that he's gonna be, blindsided by her. Seems like it's the happiest day in the world for him. I was like, I want to feel, oh yeah, you treated Jordan like hot garbage, or my new term, toilet seat, disrespected her so many times, gave up on your, just really, the minute that Porsha got into town, what married counseling? Nah, this ain't gonna work out. Yeah, yeah, I need some time by myself. Yo, Porsha, you want to hang out sometimes? Yeah, you couldn't wait to get with her. So in the beginning, I was like, I want to feel. Oh yeah, I forgot. Nah, bro, karma, and you about to get yours. So no, I don't feel bad for Curtis either. And we can all sit there and say, well, Curtis, I want you to have that same energy, for Porsha that you gave for Jordan. I'm gonna tell you right now, have your expectations low. I mean low, like knees level low. Because if there's one thing, well, a couple of things I've learned from GH over time is to not have your expectations too high. Just don't have your expectations too high because yeah, yeah. Now of course Terry was there and Finn was there and Liz is there and she's all feeling guilty about, well, she knows that she's gonna sit there and turn herself in or something like that. They didn't really do too much of anything. You had Nina sniff their ass and Drew. Is Carly gonna be your plus one? Yada yada yada. They exchanged pleasantries for a little bit, and then she kept asking about Carly. And after a while, he was like, "Yeah, I think this meeting is about up. All right, I'm gonna go somewhere else other than around here." So they talked for a little bit, and he kind of walked, and he's just there to be the best man. Oh yeah, Marshall was there too. See, I keep calling him Hat Daddy so many times. I'm just like, this guy actually has a name, right? Someone in them. I'm gonna call you Hat Daddy. So Liesel, here's the thing about Liesel and Carly. I haven't been watching the show. I haven't really been watching Liesel that long. When I see her fears, she goes in. Okay, this is before I took my little bit of a hiatus from GH, but I know she goes in. Let's put it this way: she showed a considerable amount of restraint. I'm proud of her. Okay, and she was even saying to Carly, "Listen, what now? I get it. Tick was tried from day one." And you only found it afterwards, and whatever it is, what it is. But with Willow, you knew for a while, and long story short, she was looking at her like as a mother. That's not saying much, you know. And just to kind of side note this a little bit, even with Carly and Avery, right? I get that you love Avery like that's your daughter, but for a while, the one thing that used to always irk me, okay, was that I always felt like she just gave this energy, even when she was with, in front of Ava, like that's my daughter, that's not your daughter, you know? And Ava was only sitting there able to get visitation rights and stuff like that. And it just irked me the way that she treated her, the way that she treated Ava with Avery. And it irked me specifically because if the roles reversed, she would have been livid about a situation like that. So it always just bothered me. But, she said what she said, and she went in on her. And maybe Carly showed some restraint because of Britt, you know. Then, you know, um, Lisa was like, "Hey, I need your help. I need you to sit there and bridge the gap between Willow and Nina. Let them try to reconcile before her time is up." And she was all like, "Oh, I can't do that because of this, that, and the third." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Now we ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna sit there and try to come up with a bunch of excuses of why you can't do something." Okay. With Carly has the no can do attitude. So I don't even those words. Nah, we ain't doing that today. What Carly did eventually agree to was bridging the gap between Liesel and Willow. So Liesel went to the hospital to see Willow and talk and stuff like that, and um, they're gonna set this wedding in 2 weeks. And somehow this bone marrow thing is gonna be the miracle thing that's either gonna make or break Willow, as far as her being alive, as far as her being on the show, and all that. Oh yeah, Molly and TJ was there too. They didn't really do anything. They were just there as like extras and backgrounds and stuff. Listen, I'm not mad at Molly. You know, she's doing other things. She doesn't want to do it full time. She still comes in there and collects a check. So, okay, cool. Oh yeah, I almost forgot Dante and Sam was there in the episode. They were just in some place. I don't remember where, and they pretty much just talking about the cover story of how they're gonna, approach Maggie and try to find Maggie and bring her back to Port Charles and be like, hey, Esme is in trouble and she needs your help or whatever. That was about it. That's pretty much all they did. Now tomorrow they're going to be doing more, but today they didn't really do anything except for talk about their plan and plan, strategize and stuff like that. So you know, they could have just not even been in this episode and just been in tomorrow's episode and actually doing stuff. But hey, that would actually make sense. And yeah, we don't fillers. I think that's about it. For better. Almost forgot. Technically, hell froze over. Sonny and Taggart shook hands. Okay, they talked about the hook, and Sonny was like, "I got my people in it," and Taggart was like, "Well, for once, I'm actually, actually happy to hear that or whatever. For once we're on the same side." They shook hands, and I was just like, "Man, guess hell froze over." Listen, you go back, you watch some of the old interactions. You watch this. What a moment, right? What a moment. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's actually going to do it. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Um, Tomorrow, everything goes well without the day, do the live stream at 8. I'm going to be doing a little wine thing. It's Valentine's Day, so, you know, come through, just, have your drinks or whatever. If you don't drink or whatever, have soda or something like that, but, doing wine tomorrow. So I got my Moscato. Very happy about. It's nice and chilled. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So definitely come through. Come through tonight too as well. I do it Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. But tomorrow, since it's Valentine's Day, definitely bringing out the wine. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely come through, and also come through tonight because clearly, my job isn't done as far as roasting these characters extra crispy as always. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.